America is one of the luckiest nations in human history. For example, in the American Civil War, a conflict which threatened America's entire existence, the Confederate Army was marching on Maryland to get to Washington, D.C. Maryland was already a state filled with Confederate sympathizers, and somehow the Union did not think it would be wise to move the capital, despite it being in between a state with Confederate sympathizers and an actual Confederate state itself. But yeah, I guess they didn't really need to do that. But anyway, considering just how geographically speaking the Union was at a disadvantage here, as well as the fact that the Confederacy was led by General Robert E. Lee, while the Union was led by General George McClellan, which would be one of the biggest mismatches in military history, the Union still managed to defend D.C. from the Confederates, and this was because they were able to find General Order 191, which laid out all of Robert E. Lee's war plans for this battle. Like, all of them. So they knew exactly what Lee was going to do before he did it. And had this order not been found, do you really think that George McClellan would have been able to defeat Robert E. Lee? Yeah, I don't think so. And their luck doesn't just end with the Civil War. In the American Revolutionary War, America was even more lucky. For example, during the Battle of Yorktown, General Henry Clinton was late when it came to reinforcing his fellow General Cornwallis, who desperately requested aid and reinforcements from Clinton, as well as ships so he could escape without having to surrender. And Clinton ultimately delayed doing so, and didn't do it until the last minute, and by that time it was already too late, and French ships had already blockaded the exit way, and Cornwallis had no choice but to surrender. Had Clinton sent it out these fleets earlier, it is very possible that Cornwallis could have indeed escaped. During the Battle of Saratoga, also, which was a critical turning point in the American Revolution because it convinced the French that the American cause was a cause worth supporting, there was exceptional luck here also, because General William Howe, instead of going through the original purpose of the battle, which was to split up the colonies between New England and the rest of them by attacking Saratoga, he decided to go on a little glory trip by himself and invade Philadelphia. While he did succeed in doing so, this left his other general, Burgoyne, just desperately by himself, and Burgoyne was not really the greatest general, and the United States was able to defeat him. Had Howe helped out Burgoyne, it is very possible that the Battle of Saratoga, which was a critical turning point in the war, would have gone the other way. And then, this is probably the most exceptional luck I've ever seen before, during the Battle of Long Island. In this battle, the revolutionary forces lost the battle. The British had absolutely obliterated them, yet the revolutionary forces were able to escape somehow. And the reason they escaped was because a thick fog had set across exactly at the moment when the British started going after them, and this fog allowed them to escape while the British just did not know where they were. Plus, General Howe once again sold the bag in a critical battle by deciding to wait for Washington, thinking he would send him a surrender letter or something like that because he was overconfident and thought Washington couldn't have possibly escaped. But he was wrong because the fog settled in, thus allowing the United States to escape unobscured by the fog. Now, I want you to realize this. Had Howe attacked earlier, or had the fog just not appeared at all, the British would have very likely destroyed the revolutionary forces and ended the war. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Make sure to like this video down below and subscribe to the channel.